Welcome back to my channel. I am back with another review, so if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so that you know every time I upload a new video. A lot went down in this episode, so let's just get right into this review. At the very beginning of this episode, Mackenzie is in Minnesota and she's visiting Rashad, and from what we're able to see in this episode, they seem to get along with each other and she seems like she's really happy, but at the end of the day, I don't think that she should be with him. Because after the conversation that she had with Danielle in the last episode, it's clear to me that he's playing them both, and why would she want to deal with a guy who has all this drama with the mother of his children? And then on top of that, Danielle told her that the reason why they broke up in the first place was because he didn't want to be monogamous. Now, Morgan ends up having a conversation with her mother in this episode, and she tells her that lately she's been involved in a lot of drama, which she has been. She's been getting into it with all the girls lately in the group. And then she starts opening up to her mother about the abandonment issues that she has because of her father. And honestly, I know that that's really hard to deal with. I don't know what it feels like, but a lot of people around me do. And I know that it's really hard for them. So I'm glad that Morgan is opening up to her mom about it. She also seems to be dealing with a lot with her ex-husband because they haven't been co-parenting really well. And Morgan is really stressed out about it, which I can understand. And I think that she needs to allow herself to feel what she needs to feel so that she can heal, because she just really seems stressed out all the time, and getting involved in all this drama is not healthy for her. Mulan and Nikki end up meeting up, and Mulan decides to tell Nikki that she thinks that her two sisters that were at her house in the previous episode stole her watch. When they left to Ohio, she said that her watch was missing, and they were the only two people that were there, so she feels like they're the ones who did it. If they really did steal her watch, I don't care if they're my sisters or not, they would not be allowed at my house anymore. Now, Nikki ended up opening up to Mulan about not wanting to hold grudges against anybody, especially the girls in the group, because she said that, it just takes too much energy. And it does. It takes way too much energy to hold grudges against people. And the only person that really brings stress to is yourself. So I do think that she's right about that. And I do think that it's good that she wants to move forward. I don't know if the other girls are going to want to move forward, but I do think that it's mature of her that she doesn't want to hold on to the issues that they have. Now, although Mulan understands where Nikki is coming from, Mulan said that she's not willing to work things out with Danielle because she saw a live video of Nikki and Danielle laughing at her because she got hit. So now she knows that Danielle wasn't really sorry for hitting her. I don't think that Danielle should have apologized to Mulan if she didn't really mean it, but Mulan did say that she doesn't care if Nikki was laughing at her, but she is hurt at the fact that Danielle was, because Danielle was supposed to be her friend. But I will say that because Mulan and Danielle were friends at the time, I do think that if Mulan did not like the way that Danielle was acting at Nikki's girls' night, she should have pulled her aside and told her that instead of telling Nikki and Nikki, because then Nikki ended up going back and telling everybody that she said some things that she didn't say. And it caused a bunch of drama. But then again, that was the reason that Mulan ended up putting together that group dinner, is because she wanted everybody to work out their issues and talk about the drama that they have with each other so that they can figure out how to work things out. And that didn't end up happening because Morgan and Danielle had different plans. I really do hope that Mulan has learned her lesson from trying to play peacemaker, though, because it put her right in the middle of some drama that didn't have anything to do with her. Danielle says that because she's been focusing on basketball, she hasn't been focused on Rashad and Mackenzie anymore, and that it's really been helping her with her mental health. And I'm glad to hear that, because honestly, she does not need to be stressed out over a guy who did not want to be monogamous with her. Even though she held him down, she had 2 of his children, and she put her career on hold for his. I think that she needs to focus on herself, get herself together, heal, so that she can move forward. Now, Mackenzie and Rashad end up going out to eat, and Mackenzie was expressing how much she likes spending time with him, but Rashad didn't seem to feel the same way. I don't know, something about his body language and the way that he was talking, it seemed like he didn't feel the same way about her that she feels about him. And Rashad did end up revealing during this dinner that him and Mackenzie do not have a title for their relationship, which means that they're not really together. So he's not even claiming her. So I don't understand why she's putting herself through all this drama over a guy who's not even claiming her as his girlfriend. And Rashad ended up saying that if he wanted to have a side piece, he would probably just tell Mackenzie so that she can decide whether or not she still wants to be with him or not. And I think that that's wild that he would even say something like that, because at this point, he's basically telling Mackenzie, listen, I'm not going to be monogamous. I want other women, and at some point, I'm going to want another woman. And so you need to decide whether or not you want to deal with that or not. I think that that is wild, and she should have got up from the table and left at that point. And listen, I damn near spit out the water I had in my mouth while I was watching this part of the episode when Mackenzie said in her confessional that the reason why Rashad had side chicks when he was with Danielle is because he was unhappy, but because he's happy with her, he's not going to need a side chick. That was wild that she said that. I really can't wrap my head around why Mackenzie thinks that Rashad is going to be good to her when he wasn't good to Danielle. I know that sometimes guys may change and treat their new girlfriend different, but he's not even claiming Mackenzie as his girlfriend, and he told her at this table that he doesn't want to be monogamous because he basically told her that at some point he's going to end up wanting a side chick. And I just think that it's crazy that she's sitting there still trying to pursue him at this point. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if he's already seeing other women behind Mackenzie's back. I mean, Danielle did say that there were other women besides her. Mulan and Nick end up meeting up, and Nick is really emotional because her and Dwayne ended up going to his brother's album release party, and at the album release party he ended up getting shot, and unfortunately he passed away. And I just feel so bad for her, and I feel bad for his family, and it honestly makes you scared to go anywhere these days because you just don't know what's gonna happen. And because of this whole situation, Nick decided that she definitely wants to work things out with the other girls because she just does not want to hold on to any issues that she has with them. She feels like all the issues that they have are really silly and life is too short. Nikki ended up putting together a slumber party for the girls, and Ashley was really skeptical about going because she doesn't know what to expect. She said that she's over all the issues that she had with Morgan, but she doesn't know what's going to happen because she knows there's going to be a lot of drama around her. Now, I was actually surprised that Mulan ended up showing up because I know that there's issues between her and Nikki, but at first everybody seemed to be having a good time. But while Morgan and Danielle are on their way to the party, Morgan ends up telling Danielle that she got served with papers from her ex-husband asking for his child support to be lowered. Morgan is pissed off because she doesn't know how he found out where she lives, and she thinks that Ashley is the one that told him. Now, I do think that it's a little bit weird that she's blaming Ashley for this. The energy immediately changes at the party when Morgan and Danielle walk in because Morgan is already mad at Ashley. In order to break the ice, they all start playing this game where they have to ask each other questions, and everything was going well at first. I mean, even Danielle and Mackenzie were in the same room and they weren't arguing with each other, and I like that because I don't like to see women fight over men. And everyone was giving comfort to Nick because of what her and Dwayne are going through, and I like that Nick and Mackenzie are being there for each other because Dwayne's brother is her son's uncle. Morgan ends up asking Ashley a question about what she needs to vent about, and Ashley said that she wants to know where Morgan got the idea that she brought women around her ex-husband. Now, Morgan completely skipped over that question because she didn't actually give Ashley an answer. But Morgan did end up asking Ashley if she told her ex-husband where she lives at, and Ashley immediately said no, but that answer was not good enough for Morgan. Morgan ended up calling Ashley a liar. She stood up. She started walking towards where Ashley was sitting at like she was gonna fight her. I honestly don't know why Morgan reacted that way. Like, I understand it's a sensitive topic, but at the end of the day, Ashley said that she didn't tell her ex-husband where she lives at, and Morgan does not have any proof that she did. So for her to just accuse this girl of that and then try to fight her because she didn't like that she said she didn't do it is ridiculous. Like, literally anyone could have given her address to her ex-husband, or he could have had somebody find out. It's really not that hard to find out where somebody lives at, and so I felt like Morgan was doing too much. Like, don't get me wrong, I understand that Morgan doesn't like Ashley because she thinks that she helped her ex-husband cheat on her, but to get into it with her every single time she sees her doesn't make any sense to me. It makes it look like she's the one that's actually the problem, even if she isn't, because Ashley isn't reacting to anything that Morgan does. I mean, honestly, Ashley keeps on saying that she didn't help Morgan's ex-husband cheat on her, and Morgan says that she did, so maybe Morgan has some type of proof. I don't know if it's true or not at this point, but I do think that it's weird that Morgan is blaming Ashley for her husband cheating, because her husband would have cheated whether Ashley was involved or not. At this point, Morgan is being held back by security, and Danielle sat up there in her confessional saying that Morgan was justified in going after Ashley, and that's why I don't think that Morgan and Danielle are good together as friends, because they encourage each other to keep up the bullshit, and I don't understand why they don't encourage each other to do better. And things only end up getting worse from here because that's when Danielle starts telling Ashley that she needs to do better and be better and try to be a positive influence on the other girls in the group. And that's when Mulan gets upset because she doesn't feel like Danielle is the right person to be saying this stuff to Ashley. So Mulan ends up confronting Danielle about the live stream that she saw her do with Nikki where she was laughing at her for getting hit. And she ends up getting so pissed off that she tells Danielle that she wants to fight since people keep on saying that she was afraid of her. So security is holding Danielle and Mulan back from each other so that they don't end up fighting, and that's when Morgan ends up throwing something across the room at Mulan. It doesn't end up hitting her to my knowledge, but I do think that this situation escalated really quickly, and although it was very entertaining, I don't think that it needed to go this far. I do think that Morgan needs to stop taking out her anger that she has for her ex-husband on other people, because it seems like every single time she shows up to an event, a fight ends up breaking out. And because Morgan was making some very serious threats to Ashley, Ashley ended up calling the cops. Now, I do think that it was lame for her to call the cops, but at the same time, if she's not a fighter and somebody's threatening her constantly every single time they see her, then I think she did what she felt she needed to do. And I think that Morgan needs to take a look at herself and calm down sometimes. So those are my thoughts on this week's episode of Basketball Wives Orlando. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode down in the comment section. Don't forget to hit that like button for me. I appreciate it. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos and hit the notification bell so that you know every time I upload a new video. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed to my channel. I appreciate you all. And until next time, I will talk to you guys in my next video.